Then hip hop album review, Durag Dynasty, 360 Waves. The project, man, is New York. It's fucking.
Would you say it again? Repeat that
I
again.
said it's New York.
They're not from
They're not from New York.
They're all West Coast.
All of them are West
You
Coast.
probably didn't see the album cover, did you?
Alchemist from West Coast.
Yeah, it has Pat Riley on it.
And you didn't see the Lakers and
Yeah.
LA, they repping that West?
These West Coast New York rapping, sounding cats. For the most part, the whole project was pretty cool. I think my biggest gripe on it was Tender Green. Because the beat made me feel one way and the lyrics made me feel one way, and I was just like completely torn apart. I'm like, what the fuck is happening on this track right now?
How did you feel?
Torn.
What was the way you felt?
It's kind of like when your heart and your mind tell you two different things, and you're torn in between. That's exactly how I felt on it, because the beat made me feel like it should have been, a little something more of a sincere type of song or something like that.
I got you.
And then it's grimy rappers, and it's like, what the fuck? So that one just really threw me off. But like I said, overall, these guys, man, they rappy New York type rappers, and y'all already know how I feel about that. I really, that's not my style. It's not my thing. Like, I don't love that type of hip hop. I respect it. These guys have incredible flow, though. I think that's the biggest thing I took away from the project, that these guys could flow their ass off. I like Luxury Whips. That was dope.
My favorite song.
The beat that he did with the one that what's his name? Slow Flow, Pivotal.
Oh, Evidence.
Yeah, the beat that he did on that track with Evidence on it, I thought was crazy. Funyuns, I liked Funyuns. I think that's how you say it, right? I hope so, because they spelt it weird. Some West Coast, New York sounding dudes. That the project was pretty much pretty good. I enjoyed it, but not to that point, because like this type of hip hop doesn't move me like that. Some grimy cats, talking that street shit, and that's cool. I respect it. Streets have a place in hip hop, but I don't have to. It doesn't have to be my favorite though. It's not, but it's cool.
Yeah, at first when I put this on and the first track came on, I didn't really like the hook on it. I understand it's like the opening track, and they're just trying to basically kind of like introduce themselves as a group. So when I heard the first track and the hook, I was like, even though they're rhyming their ass off, I was like, I wasn't necessarily connecting to that song personally. But as it went on, I kept finding more and more tracks that I fuck with. As a whole, like when you're listening to this and the type of production that Alchemist is doing, because I don't know if it kind of. Some of the tracks that he put on here kind of reminded me of Russian Roulette a little bit, depending on what they were. And then he had some other tracks that are really kind of like more full and had the beats and kind of like that real hip hop type of production on it, like Luxury Whips, which I mentioned with you, was one of my favorite joints on there. Goon Call with I'm a Thug was dope. I really enjoyed that one. Tetrahydrons on Mars. I fuck with that one too, but overall, man, I think they definitely make a great unit together, and all of them really seems like they're competing with each other when it comes to rhyme, because they really are rhyming their fucking ass off on this, and it seems like from track to track to track and song to song to song, and the more I play it, I keep hearing more and different stuff each time, and it kind of alternates between which songs I like and which songs I don't like or whatever, but. Overall, man, I think it's a dope project. I like what they did with this. I do. I like them. I definitely like them rhyming over Alchemist beats, and yeah, I fuck with it.
But yeah, I like this project, man. I really enjoyed it. I like the grimy, aggressive type flow styles that Planet Asia, Killer Ben, and Tri-State. I heard them. I think that's why you was talking about Russian Roulette type of production, because that's when I think that's when Alchemist kind of rolled them three out together on the track, on two tracks actually on this previous album. But yeah, I like Tender Greens, man. I mean, I thought the way he flipped that vocal sample Alchemist did, and of course the rhyming. The thing about these guys is like, they're not like super lyrical. They just rhyme good. They just got great rhyme schemes with they flow. I don't think some of them are really super lyrical. Killer Ben, I know when I first listened to it, Killer Ben didn't really surprise me for a second, but then the more I listened to it, he was saying some pretty slick lines, especially on the Funyuns line. He was saying on the last track, he was saying some slick stuff. And well, it was another track, the Evidence track, Spiritual Event. The way he flipped that same, that's from Supreme Clientele, Buck 50, but he flipped it a little different though. The song Buck 50, he flipped it a lot different though. So I thought that was dope, the way Alchemist flipped that beat. And again, Planet Asia, I've been following Planet Asia for a good minute now. And of course I was familiar with Planet Asia because I've been following this work from almost since his debut album. So I was still fairly new to I like Tri-State too. Tri-State was another one that I was really enjoying on this project. Maybe want to go back and check his previous work. But I think my favorite track is the title track, 360 Waves. The way when it starts off, kind of regular, and then he flipping on some type of guitar type of sample, man, that shit was crazy. And then it's like the track picked up for that one. I think that's why I like that one so much. That's one of my favorite tracks, the title one. But other than that, man, overall, I love this project. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What's funny about what he said about Tender Green, sorry. I felt that way about the whole project. Not that it made me feel some kind of way, but that's what made me like this. I feel like these are your quote unquote boom bap type of rappers, right? Alchemist didn't give him boom bap beats. He could have, because we all know Alchemist can do that. But I think what made this so interesting to me is he gave them these laced, like layered, smooth beats, and then these dudes are just spitting crazy over these beats. When I first put this on, I gotta admit, I didn't like it, and I feel like it's because this is one of those mood type of albums. This is not an album you just put on whenever, and I wasn't in the mood for when I first heard it. But after I thought about it after a while, I threw it back on, and it's like when you listen to too much content heavy, music, it's nice to get away from that for a minute and just get dudes just spitting raw. And that's what I got with this. This is like a Demigod. This is like a Megahertz. The only difference is you didn't get those typical boom bap beats. Not saying Megahertz definitely did that, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I overall enjoyed this. I gotta admit my complete ignorance though. I didn't know who Killer Ben or Tri-State were. Yeah. I had no idea who they were.
I didn't either until I heard them on Russian Roulette, and I was like, damn, I said, these dudes nice. And then I think that's what kind of started them going into this 360 project after they collaboration of Russian Roulette, off of Alchemist Russian Roulette, and then they put the project together.
Well, see, I heard Russian Roulette, but I think what it was is since these dudes didn't have a name in my head, they didn't stick out. But on this, man, these dudes are rhymers, man. And the only thing that sucks is when I was listening to them, I can't tell who said what between Killer Ben and Tri-State, because I don't know which one's which.
Yeah, it takes time. Like that's the.
Well, I had never heard them before.
Right,
really,
I know.
so.
That's what I'm saying. That's always the challenge for
what
me.
You think?
When it's a new song.
But with albums like that, I always wish they would say their name in the rhyme.
And I do too. But
and they didn't.
They
did used to do that back in the day. When you had a big group posse album, you had to throw your name in so everybody knew who you were.
I kind of felt like that about the Underachievers. Like I couldn't.
Yeah. I agree with that too, definitely. But yeah. So I enjoyed this. I definitely thought one of those dudes was a better rhymer than the other. I just don't know which one it was. Whichever one said, maybe it was Tri-State. I don't know. Whichever one said that shit about lean with a gauge, half brain shit, chemical imbalance, Kurt Cobain spit. Whoever said that, I like that motherfucker. Okay, that's Tri-State. Yeah. All right. Well, he was dope because I'm used to Planet Asia just going off. Yeah. That's typical. Planet Asia's always gonna spit his ass off.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I have to give props to Alchemist for not playing this the safe route. I think he took a chance on giving these dudes these type of beats versus just giving them what you would expect from a spitterific album.
Well, even the artists too, for even taking those beats and saying, yeah, I want to rap over this shit. I don't want to do the standard hip hop beats. I want to even challenge myself to rap over some non-traditional hip hop beats too as well.
Exactly. Right. But I agree with you though. I'm just kind of playing, but I agree with you 100%. The rhymers definitely took a chance with going over this type of production because this is not a very Evidence I would expect, because Evidence is not just one of those dudes that just spits. You know what I mean? He'll write a content type song. There really weren't really any.
Just work so well together.
They do.
God, they work so well together. I haven't heard them from him in a minute, but it was good to hear some Feel the Agony over some Alchemist joints. Over Alchemist beat too. I mean his verse wasn't like mind blowing, but it wasn't bad at all.
There was a song I didn't like.
Mine was Goon Call.
I think you don't like
Fish
Goon
meat.
Call?
I ain't like Goon Call.
You don't like Prodigy? You don't?
It wasn't like I didn't like Prodigy. I just didn't like the damn song. I thought the song was a little weak.
Goon
but
Call was my weak point. I ain't care.
I'm starting to get like people and write down.
You don't like Goon
names
Call?
of my
Why?
tracks.
I like Goon. I like the beat on Goon Call. I really like that up tempo beat on Goon Call. That's kind of one of the reasons why I like it. But yeah, man, I fuck with that.
I like the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I like that joint.
That was
Twins
okay.
from Infamous. I guess because I like his unique voice. He got like such a unique voice or whatever. A street grimy voice, a unique voice I like about him. So I like that joint. But yeah, Goon Call I think was.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought Goon Call was cool, man. There were only a few tracks I just didn't really.
Yeah, that was
didn't
one
really
of them
stick
that I
for me.
remember off the top of my
Funyuns
head.
was the one for me.
You didn't like Funyuns? I thought
It came right after Luxury Whip, and Luxury Whip
that was their
was
braggadocious
like,
track right there.
that was my shit. So after Luxury Whip, I was like, I don't want to hear anything else. So Funyuns coming behind that.
Funyuns, I thought they ended the album great with Funyuns, man.
I mean, I got to go back and listen to it, but
Yeah, you need to go back and listen.
a little bit more. But
They need to listen. Yeah, that shit was
Luxury
good.
Whip always just leaves me on such a high, man. Like
Really?
anything after
So it would
that.
have been good if they'd finished the album that way.
Yeah, I would
Just
have.
put Funyuns before.
Nah, Funyuns was great.
Because
Because
y'all talking about Funyuns and
Luxury
Luxury Whip. Why are y'all missing Yasser Arafat? Are y'all fucking playing
Which
right
one you
now?
like better, the interlude one?
I don't know, both of them.
Yeah, both of them were
That
dope.
shit was crazy. How you have an interlude but a dude spitting over it and then
And then it goes
back
right
to
into
it?
Yeah.
with that
Man,
same vocal.
That's like some
sample.
woo
That shit was
shit.
crazy.
That was the only song I think where he really switched the beat up, like his beat style up, and they went fucking off
But what
on
was
that
crazy,
shit.
he switched it up, but he still used the same sample,
same
as
sample,
on,
right.
the, on the
Alchemist
prelude
is a
one.
fucking
Yeah,
monster, man.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, wait a minute, it sounds different, but I hear
Yeah.
that. I'm like, that's the same damn shit he used on the interlude. I'm like, that shit was ill as hell.
I was gonna sit back for a minute and see if any of y'all said anything.
See, they be fucking my mind up, man. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
New York hip hop.
Yeah, so
NYC.
we got New York cats paraded around as LA cats. But these LA cats, man, they definitely have a New York type of flow, and that's what threw me off. Them niggas sound like they from New York. Like at the end of the day, that's undeniable if you listen to it. But again, that type of hip hop doesn't move me like that. So this project was good. Mike's right. It is a mood album. I can't just throw this on whenever, but I can listen to Luxury Whips whenever. I definitely like that. But for the most part, it bumps in the whip. I'm just not bumping it often. It's just not. I'm not bumping it often. And Tender Greens. Honestly, I've never really felt like that on a track before. It really did. It really fucked my psyche, my it just really fucked me up.
Fucking with my emotions.
Alchemist and Durag Dynasty really fuck with my emotions on that one track. But outside of that, man, you like NYC 96 type of hip hop artists, you'll love this. So go support it, man. Go cop that.
Definitely, like FIFO said, definitely support that. I think a lot of you guys will like this project because they're rappers that rap their ass off. The production is tight. The production varied throughout the album, so you don't have the same thing throughout the whole project, which will keep you interested and keep you listening. So definitely give it a listen and definitely go cop it and support it, man. I think you guys will really fuck with it. So
Yes, I co-sign with Ken. I love this project. Good project. It's good to see, by us being a one producer album, Alchemist still able to keep you, kind of keep you on your toes with the production and keeping it different but somewhat still consistent throughout the whole album. That makes sense. But hey, cop it. I love it. Planet Asia, Tri-State, Killer Bean, y'all did y'all thing, man.
Cosign B. I loved everything about this except for a few tracks. Yeah, man, that's really it. I think if you're a fan of Demigods or Megahertz or just Pro Era, any of that just spitterific type of shit, I think you'll really get into this. And shout out to Alchemist, like I said, for taking a chance with not giving them stereotypical spitterific beats. So, yeah, man.
you just come up with that word?
I used it before,
Okay.
You pop.
Why you looking around like nobody paying attention?